Hey YouTube, Vinny here again for a special edition of Cap of the Week. And last week we took a look at the predictions of the League Division Series, and hey, I was 3 out of 4, so not too bad. And this week we're going to take a look at the League Championship Series predictions. And we actually flipped up the hats, so these are all different caps from last week. So let's take a look at the NLCS. Now the NLCS pits the Mets and the Cubs, old NL East rivals back in the day. Now, even though I'm a New Yorker, I did vote against the Mets because I didn't want to go with my heart, but this time around, I do think the Mets have the upper hand. And I know Chicago has a 7-0 lead in the season series, but that was before all the trades that went on with the Mets to, accelerate their pace to become National League East champions. I really think that the Mets have better pitching, and that pitching is going to carry them, and they've shown clutch hitting from different players. I think the Cubs being a very young team, I think the Cubs are going to be back here for years to come. They have really good young core. Also, I know the Back to the Future Part 2, next week is October 21st. That is the week, where the Cubs win the World Series. I just don't think it's going to happen. I think the curse lives on. So I think this is going to go to 6 games, Mets in 6. And let's take a look here at the Kansas City Royals and the Toronto Blue Jays. This is a rematch of the 1985 American League Championship Series. That was the first best-of-7 series, which benefited Kansas City, being down 3-1, coming back to win it all. I do think that this year, I think that Toronto is actually going to take care of business. I do think that they showed a lot of mental fortitude coming back from a 2-0 deficit. And I know the Royals are going to be really hard to beat. I think Royals, they have clutch hitting and they know how to play. I do think, though, that the starting pitching for Toronto is a little bit better. Unheralded Marco Estrada, I think he will do really well. I think R.A. Dickey can eat up innings, and I think they just match up a little better. So even though Cueto is on his A game, I think that in the end, the pitching of the Blue Jays will really benefit. I think this will go the distance. I think it will go 7 games, and Toronto will have some revenge from 30 years back. So I think it's going to be Mets and Blue Jays. Who knows? It's fun, and that's what it's about with predictions. Now, if you want to take a look at the caps over here, this is a New York Mets 2012 cap with the 50th anniversary logo over here. Now, this one was made in 2012, and it was actually signed by Rusty Staub, so pretty cool thing there. This is the Cubs road cap that the team wore from 1994 to 2008 with the red bill, no longer worn. This is a special Kansas City road cap worn in the mid-90s. My guess is 95, 96, 97, around that time that this cap was worn. So it's got a gray, it's two-tone gray on top, blue on bottom. And this is the classic Blue Jays cap that was worn from 1977 to 1993. This one is circa 1989, 1990. This is you may have seen this in a previous cap of the week. So anyway, these are my predictions, and let's see what happens. All right, take care, YouTube.